Good evening. We bring you the latest from the world of sports. I'm Sam Corrales.
And we give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Lexi Rodriguez. You can watch the game live in our past episodes on demand on the Pilipinas Live app for just 99 pesos a month, available for download on Google Play or the App Store.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Today will be a true test of skill and character for the top 4 teams in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And here with us to break down the matchup between Germany and Team USA is veteran basketball analyst and former Gilas assistant coach. We've got Coach AG Alan Gregorio in the house.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome, Coach.
This is really exciting, huh?
Welcome to the game. It's so great to have you here in the studio. Of course, Coach AG, we know you have been covering all of the FIBA games, in the venue. So can you take us into that experience? What is it like seeing this level of basketball here in our country?
Well, it's really very different. No? You really appreciate how we were able to come up in hosting the World Cup for 2023. It's really different. The best players are here. It's like watching an all NBA team going up against the best talents of the other countries, and it's really just surreal. Yeah? It's so good.
It truly is surreal, Coach Alan. But before we head on and talk about this Germany and USA matchup, let's take it back to the Germany versus Latvia matchup, which is a super, super close and tight game. Now, can you walk us through and break it down for us? How is this experience for them, and what kind of learnings can they take from this in this very tight game?
Lexi, when you ask all the other coaches, they won't be able to say who's got the advantage between the two teams. They have very good players, they have very good coaches, and one more thing is that it's really different when you're going to the quarterfinals of each and every tournament. So one thing here is that there are a lot of lead changes, but going to the final 3 minutes, it was a 10-point lead for Germany. And you saw the fans of Latvia, they were already crying, and things were already different for them. But then again, it was not over till it was over.
Right.
No, it was an 8-0 run. They had a big chance of winning that game via a 3-point shot. Well, people felt that it should have been a higher percentage shot. But then again, decisions were already made. What if Latvia made that shot, 11-0 run? They'll be playing against US today.
And you mentioned it, Coach. Let's talk about Team USA naman sa kabilang koponan. They are coming off their perfect game. Of course, if we backtrack a bit, they had a loss against Lithuania at talagang tinambakan nila ang Italy in their comeback game. So in that game, what did you see in Team USA, Coach?
Game preparation. A lot of adjustments on the part of US. Number one, defense. They had a full court defense. They showed a lot of defensive schemes going up against Italy. Number two is that they made sure they had a better start against that game against Lithuania. In Lithuania, they were down 31-12 in the first quarter. Every time you see a game, 10 minutes, and the score becomes 30 points, that means you're not playing good basketball. But then again, in that game against Italy, wow, it was totally different. And then their offense was just so smooth, well-oiled machine. That the focus of US was really dead set in that ball game.
Right. Now, Coach Alan, you mentioned earlier that we were seeing kind of NBA games in the FIBA World Cup 2023. And in the context of NBA, actually, Paolo Banchero and we've got Franz Wagner, who led the team in that Germany versus Italy game. We've got them facing each other for the first time because they are Orlando Magic teammates, right? Yeah. Can you break it down for us how Franz Wagner can lead this team against USA? Can you break it down, his clutch plays? How can this be such an asset for the Team USA, for their team?
In that game, Wagner, in his last game, Wagner scored 16 points. The Wagner brothers actually had 28 points amongst themselves. That they are very much needed by their team for them to be able to win ball games. On the other hand, Paolo Banchero is just one of the players for Team USA. He can play well. He can make some things happen on defense, some things happen in offense. He is not very much needed by Team USA. But in that game against Italy, he was doing the right things. No? He was getting the rebounds, he was running, he was defending. Then again, of course, the drama of it is that he could have played for Italy.
Right.
But he chose to play for US.
Yes,
So
of course.
the drama was there for that
No,
ball game.
parang may hugot
Meron.
for that player, right, coming into this game. But now, Coach, another crucial piece for Germany is Dennis Schroeder. He had a tough night. It was just not his game in his last game. Just 9 points for him, 4 of 26 from the field. Were you surprised by this performance of him?
Definitely, no. He's averaging about 14, 15 points on the average in the NBA. Here in the FIBA, he's only averaging about 12 points per ball game. In that ball game, he was 0 in the first half. But then again, when did he score those points? It was in the third and in the fourth quarter. He had a big penetration in a left-handed layup, and then free throws. That sealed the deal for his ball club in that ball game. And struggle, 30 minutes of basketball, no? So much trust and confidence given by his coach to Dennis.
Right, he just gets the green light every time, but unfortunately it wasn't his night. Well, let's see in a few minutes at 8:40 p.m. It will be tip-off time between USA and Germany.
Now, as you mentioned, struggle. The team who is not struggling right now is Team USA. Now, coming off from their win against Italy on 100-63 as they win that game. Can you break it down for us how Mikal Bridges is being such an asset to the team right now?
Well, offensively, he was just in that ball game, Kita mo talaga, he was in rhythm. He was not hesitating on his shots. He was defending very well. So these are the things that Bridges was doing against Italy. And then, Bridges was struggling before that ball game. No, but then again, this is Team USA. No, anybody can just give his share for the night, and it was Bridges against Italy.
Coach AG, 2 big games kailangan abangan ng ating mga basketball fans. Of course, the winners of today will be booking a ticket to the finals on Sunday. That's the last day of FIBA, happening on September 10. Kaya naman, Coach AG, the score now between Serbia and Canada, it's actually at the half already. 52 in favor of Serbia and 39 for Canada. Okay, so let's see. Will it be USA or Germany? Just quickly, Coach, what are your keys to winning for both squads? Let's start with Germany.
Well, for Germany, they have to make sure that their offensive firepower is present here in this ball game. 3-point shots, they have to make. They really have to make it. No, the ball movement is not like how Serbia or Lithuania does it. But then again, the quick ball movement and then finding the open man is really key for them in this ball game. Now for US, it is about limiting Germany to a very low score. And then of course, anybody can just really make their share in offense for Team USA. So we're expecting the focus of USA to be on defense.
Right. Now, we actually don't have much time, but we would like to hear more from you probably in the next episode. But thank you so much, Coach Alan, for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you for coming over, Coach.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
And, it's just so fun to be with you guys.
Thank you so much. Now, after the break, Mikey Reyes sits down with PBA rising stars Aaron Black and Tyler Teo in another edition of The Shot List. Now, stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
up, guys? The name is Mike Reyes, and for today's edition of the Shot List, I'm joined by two rising stars in the PBA. Once Blue Eagles, now a Meralco Bolt, and a Phoenix Fuel Master, Aaron Black and Tyler Teo. Thank you for joining me, guys. Hopefully
Thank
you're
you.
doing
Thank
fine.
you.
I want to get right into it because the common denominator with the two of you is you decided to forego
Yes,
your
yes.
final year, final 2 years.
No, which one?
Final year,
Final
okay,
year.
the UAAP. Looking back at that decision now, what did you think that was, now that you're here, was that the right decision? Did you feel like that was still the right time?
Yeah, I feel like it was. I mean, I was in a situation where I felt like it was time to move on. I asked my parents, people around me, and it also gave me a chance to go to the States and train. I was in Impact. I trained there for a month. I came back, and then I was able to be exposed to a lot of things, like MPBL, the D-League. I went with Mighty to the Jones Cup, so a lot of experience for me that whole year.
How about you, Ty? Knowing that they won the chip this past
Yun yung-
season.
That's probably the only thing that I regret about leaving is not getting our revenge against UP. But at the same time,
Na yun, bro.
actually, not bad na rin yung ano, yung, ano ba, three rings? Yeah.
3 rings? Okay.
It's not bad. So, and I'm happy where I am now with Phoenix. So, no regrets no, for me.
So, AB, you've been in the league a couple of times now. You won Rookie of the Year. What was that turning point in your PBA career wherein you felt like, okay, I can play in this league?
You know, I won Rookie of the Year, but you know that was only one conference. So hindi
Rookie of the conference.
Ano yun eh, parang I didn't think that was the turning point for me.
Okay.
I felt like I did play well that in the bubble, but I injured my hand after. Feeling ko yung turning point talaga yung finals against Ginebra. I think that's when my confidence went up. I was able to, alam mo, yung ang laki ng crowd, tas makakalaro ka ng ganun. It's really it's a big deal in terms of, you know, just your confidence in yourself.
And that was right before you signed that next deal, di ba? After the rookie deal.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing yung pag-breakout
Perfect
mo.
timing,
And that's
yeah,
when you
yeah.
felt you really belong.
Yes.
With you, Ty, coming in, second rounder, not much, maybe expectations from the outside, iba yung expectations mo sa
For
sarili
sure,
mo.
for sure.
Was your first conference or the way your first year has been going, was this what you expected, at least from yourself?
To be honest, not really. I wasn't really expecting anything, especially coming from my situation in college where I was coming off the bench. I was honestly expecting to do the same in the pro level. This is about college.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the pro level is a notch higher. So I was surprised to be given that confidence right away, and I just didn't want to let it go to waste. So I went all in on the extra work and just go for it. Yeah.
Did you ever expect a second rounder to be in the starting lineup for your first PBA game?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. I mean, just like what I said earlier, I was surprised with the confidence given to me. But actually, Coach Topex, our coach at the time, he told me during draft night that he was looking for a starting point guard. So, parang doon pa lang kinilig na ako eh. So, just, that's my guy. That's my guy. Sa draft pa lang
Draft
talaga.
pa lang,
Yeah.
pag-upo mo. How about you, A? Kaya mong hater eh.
No, kumunti naman
Ako
recently.
kumunti naman recently kasi nga, parang nagsawa na sila eh.
No.
Their heads parang, oh magaling talaga, sige, huwag na natin i-hate. But what was it like trying to get out of the shadows of obviously one of the best imports in PBA history, your dad?
It wasn't easy at first, bro. Honestly, like, I went through some mental stuff, like, for a while. Even when I won the Rookie of the Year. Kasi lumala pa yun eh. After, lumala pa yun. So, really trying to find myself and understand na, you know, I just have to rely on the people around me, people that I trust, and not really worry about the outside. Kasi, yun nga, sinasabi natin palagi, di ba? When you're doing something right, people are really gonna hate on you. That's really how it is. You know, there's a lot of envy in the world. So, ako kasi, just like I said, the finals, yun na lang yung bahala na. Basta lalaro na lang ako. I didn't think about what other people would say, whether it's my dad or me, what people would say. I just played.
Was there a conversation between you and your dad? Just to maybe reassure you or reassure him? Because I'm sure it goes both ways.
Yeah.
For him as well, it's like, I want to use my son or I want to use my player, but I don't want people to think it's because he's my son. But at the same time, ang ganda na nilalaro mo. Was there like a conversation?
There was actually such a low point. I told him to stop starting.
Wow, so he reached that point.
Yeah.
Damn.
I told him to stop starting me because I felt like maybe I could do better off the bench.
Kasi mas walang pressure.
Oh, parang walang pressure. At the same time, maybe it was a new look for me kasi nga I was trying to find myself. This was after my injury kasi my hand injury. So medyo pagbalik ko, medyo slow and everything. But really, it was after that, nung gumanda na yung laro ko, more of ano na eh. Yung conversation is ano na lang. Hindi na namin nasabi. Like, hindi mo na kailangan sabihin. Nagtingin na
More
lang
so
kami.
now.
Alam na namin.
I want you guys to talk about each other because alam kong hindi bubuhatin yung sarili yung backcourt. Did you expect Tyler from those 3 years that you played with him? Did you see this from him na he's gonna be one of the best 3-point shooters in the country at the moment or in the PBA?
Nakita ko na, ano pa lang, like when I left Ateneo and we were working out together, I could definitely see it. I think it was just a matter of where he would go na team. Sinabi ko sa kanya before that, sabi ko, if you go to the right team, bro, you'll be fine. Kasi, you know, it's all about opportunity, di ba?
Yep.
You know, when yung big thing dun. And then, opportunity means hard work, which he does work hard. So, nakita ko yun. I wasn't shocked when I think he dropped 5 threes in his first game.
I remember you were talking to me draft night. You're like,
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
No,
Don't
kasi
worry about it. We
late,
got you.
late. So, dinano ko siya. I was like, bro, if you go home to, we'll get you.
Ginawa mo naman ginawa mo connection pick, bro. Ginawa mo connection. Anong tiyo ginawa mo? Bahala sa'yo, bro. Bahala sa'yo. Relax ka lang dyan.
Sure eh, di ba? Pag napunta sa amin, di ba?
How about you, Ty? With Aaron, he left. He had a year left. He had a year remaining. It was big news then because obviously, di ba?
We used to sit beside each other every practice. So
Yeah.
he was one of my closest friends in Ateneo, and I saw all the frustration he was going through. We were going through the same stuff. Obviously, we both work hard. We put in the extra work, but sometimes, you know, it just doesn't fall your way. You don't get the minutes that you want. And I saw the frustration in him, but he just kept working hard, kept going. And when he left, I was sad, but at the same time, I knew, this guy's gonna go somewhere, and he's gonna make it big in the pros.
A legit question then. When you go up against Phoenix, pangilan si Ty dun sa scouting report?
Oh, he's up there. He's up there. I'm telling you.
Sir, pinapaalala ng daddy mo ni Coach Norman.
Starter
Oh,
eh.
sila ilan
Starter kasi.
Shooter.
Oh.
How about you guys? Okay, bakit na
For sure, man, Aaron. Yeah. I don't want to give away our
Yeah,
game
sure,
plan,
yeah.
but for sure he's
But
up
do you
there.
guys like guard each other?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
When you
don't talk,
I
though.
know you don't talk.
No,
Zero.
no, on the court.
Yeah,
it's-
on the court.
Zero.
No.
As in, not even talk trash.
No,
Kumusta?
no.
Nothing. He's the only one I don't talk to. Tsaka si Adrian Wong.
Adrian,
Sila na
wala
lang.
kasi mga artista. So parang,
Hindi, pero sila may kinakausap ko.
oo nga, bakit sila hindi?
Wala lang. I think
Inside
tayo
mo.
kasi we're close. So, I mean, I'm close to those guys also. But, I don't know, after the first game, we didn't really talk. We talked before and after. Tapos naging ganun na rin.
Parang
Not during.
Not during. But I want that competitiveness to come out. Because I know you. You know that if you see a smaller defender on you,
Oh, yeah.
you post him out.
Yeah.
You see that with Ty.
The
Like when
first
Ty...
game, the first game
He posted me up.
thing I
Yeah.
did. That's the first thing I did.
Yep, yep.
First game.
Had to get in the weight room after that game.
Kailangan eh.
Extra work ako bigla eh.
That was a shot list with Mikey Reyes and Aaron Black and Tyler Teo. Now, when we return, we'll find out another side to basketball legend Carmelo Anthony. Keep it here, you're watching The Game. And then there were 4. Today, the top 4 teams in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup will play for a spot in the game for gold this Sunday. And while the battle of Serbia and Canada is ongoing, it's actually the third quarter with Serbia leading 52-42. Let's now hear some updates from our FIBA correspondent and the game host, Paolo Del Rosario. Pao, what do you have for us today?
Thanks very much, Sam. We're here at the Mall of Asia Arena, where a lot of people are anticipating that matchup between Team USA and Germany. It's going to be a battle between two familiar squads. Familiar simply because they did face each other in Dubai just before the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Team USA was able to come up with a victory there, but it came after hard work. In fact, a lot of people consider that to be the very first test of Team USA as a group, as a unit going into this FIBA Basketball World Cup. Obviously, with the win there, it did not matter. But a win here for Germany or Team USA will propel them to the finals of this competition. Of course, a lot has to be said about the matchups that have to be made, but a lot of attention is going to be on Austin Reeves and Dennis Schroeder, two former teammates who are very, very familiar with each other. Sam?
Well, Pao, you mentioned Dennis Schroeder. Now, he had an underwhelming performance against Latvia the other day. Now, did he say anything post-game on this performance?
Yeah, he was very hard on himself, Lexi. He said that he felt that this was his worst ever game in his career. Now, that is because apart from having an appalling shooting average, he actually had 1 of 13 before he made his first shot. Now, taking a look at what Dennis Schroeder has done this tournament, of course, we all know that he's been scoring very well for this German side. But that last game in particular was very hard for him. After the game, right after the final buzzer, after Davis Bertans missed, the entire German team went around him and basically told him that, hey, it's okay, we've won, and they have another chance. And that chance for him to show up is in this game against Team USA. Lexi.
And now, Pao, talking about struggle, Anthony Edwards for Team USA just had 3 points in their blowout game against Italy. Was this a cause of concern for Team USA?
Not really concerned, considering the fact that Anthony Edwards, he showed that he can also be an effective member of Team USA without necessarily having to be the guy who is a top scorer. Now, with Anthony Edwards performing the way that he did, Coach Steve Kerr said that he played with joy. He moved the ball around, was teaching him how to be effective despite not being able to score a lot. And apart from that, you had other guys stepping up. In particular, you had Mikal Bridges coming up with a big game as well. So this team, Team USA, is a team that has so much depth that anyone can come out and be the top scorer on any given day. And without Anthony Edwards on scoring for one game, they're very happy to know that Anthony Edwards is still a guy who can contribute in different ways despite not being at the top of the box score. Sam?
Thanks for the updates, Pao. Now, we can't wait to have you back in studio, but for now, enjoy your night with the 2 big games happening in just a while. And now, as we count down the number of days before the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 finals, the biggest stars from all over the world have also landed in Manila. 3-time Olympic gold medalist and FIBA Basketball World Cup global ambassador Carmelo Anthony will be at the SM Mall of Asia Music Hall Fan Zone tomorrow at 4 p.m. Don't miss this rare opportunity to get up close and personal with the basketball legend himself. Speaking of Carmelo Anthony, the legend is not only a great hooper, but is also an experienced social entrepreneur and serial investor. Now let's get to know another side of the 3-time Olympic champion.
We created the Social Change Fund, and just that initiative, myself, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul, like we came together to figure out, to your point, there's so many issues, that we will have to tackle. But we all had to just pick our lane and pick our issues and pick our causes that we want to deal with and bring and make impact and make change to. Because if we try to change the whole world at one time, we're going to fail at it, and we're not going to have the impact that we want. So we started small. We take these, and one thing I want to say, we support just, the foot soldiers that's on the ground, and people that's actually really on the ground in these communities. So we just come in and we support those causes.
And on that note, basketball action continues as we approach the finals of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023. Now we have 4 teams left, gunning for the gold as the semis unfold. It's the United States versus Germany and Serbia versus Canada. The losing teams in both matchups will play for bronze at the SM Mall of Asia Arena this Sunday, September 10 at 4:30 p.m. Meanwhile, in the second game, the winning teams will face each other for the trophy at 8:40 p.m. Now, thank you for joining us. I am Lexi Rodriguez.
Catch us weeknights here on One News and on the Pilipinas Live app, where you can watch us live and all our past episodes on demand for just 99 pesos a month, available for download on Google Play or on the App Store. I'm Sam Corrales, and this has been The Game.